Hello and welcome to What Keeps You Awake.tv. It's time again to dive into the hustles, the hurdles, and the highs that keep small business leaders up at night. I'm your host, David Hooser, and I'm joined again by our guest, Craig Darling.
Hello, sir. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's good having you back. So with that, we'll just kind of venture into, the discussion we had. Was obviously we try to share general, we go into journeys of entrepreneurs and encourage entrepreneurs to, through your stories, to not give up or maybe give up. If you decide the idea is just not going to pan out, that's okay. Learn early.
Right.
Cycles of learning, the faster they are, the better we are
Right on.
as individuals. But if hard work is or confusion or anything like that, surround yourself with the right people like yourself, and it probably will make all the difference in your business results. And again, congratulations on your 10-year anniversary.
Thank you.
But I wanted to talk specifically about your business, what it means, because everyone, to your point, 92% of the population in the last 72 hours, 3 days, have asked search engines for their nearest whatever.
Right.
And that's exactly what you do.
That's correct. Yeah, we manage the Google profiles, so we make sure that they're relevant when somebody's searching for your product or service.
Okay.
Right.
And so tell me about that process. So I'm What Keeps You Awake.tv is an aspiring entrepreneurial endeavor. It's mine. I've done a few, but tell me how I would become a client and then what it would entail.
Well, becoming a client is super easy. I like to tell people all you have to do is say yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
But we have an onboarding process that gathers some basic information.
Okay.
And we are actually an approved agency through Google. So we don't manage your profile by email like many people do. They have to add an email to it. We actually have a code number. You add it in there and away we go.
And they know you.
But we take from the time a client says yes to the time we're managing their Google profile and making things happen is less than 24 hours.
Wow. That's fast. Okay.
We do a number of things. I talk about everything that we do and it's pretty easy, but I talked about AI a little bit ago.
Yes.
The primary reason that we use AI is to monitor competitors. Right? I can look at a competitor's Google business profile with AI 1,000 times a week.
Okay.
And I can utilize AI to look at all of your competitors, each of them 1,000 times a week.
Okay.
And then we gauge our systems so that we always stay one step ahead
of the competition. You've heard that.
Yeah, it's and AI allows us to do that.
Okay.
In the old days, Google used to say, whoever adds the most photos wins.
Right.
All right. Well, now we know that it's based on timing. So Google will always react to the business that was managed the most recently. So what we do is we make sure that we are doing something on your profile several times a day.
Okay.
Right.
All right. That's important.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So I give you a profile through, an online form, I assume, of some type.
It is.
And I say yes, and it's a subscription-based service. So
Correct.
I'm going to pay you, sign up for.
Yeah, our service is basically, it's $5.99 a month.
And what's the minimum term?
There is no minimum.
Okay, so
we ask everybody politely, give us 6 months so we can really show you.
Okay.
Because there's going to be ups and downs, but overall the trend is going to be up.
Okay.
But we ask for the 6 months, but we don't hold anybody to it.
All right.
If you don't want to do business with us, bye-bye. We'll see you later. Right?
It wasn't meant to be.
It's pretty easy stuff.
All
right. But once they come aboard, the first thing that we do is we generate permissions. We give them a like a Dropbox, if you will, a place to upload photos. We take those photos and we add the metadata and the location data for their market area to it. This is a really important part of Google.
What are the photos?
They can be anything.
Okay.
Right? And generally speaking, if you're a plumber, you want to be
And
have plumbing photos and not pictures of Bambi,
vans of, you know.
right? Your equipment, your tools,
Okay.
all of this stuff is important.
Okay.
And the reason for that is, again, because Google's AI. If you put a crescent wrench down there, somebody types for something related to a crescent wrench, they're going to see your Google profile,
I see.
right? So this is kind of a cool deal.
So if you
but
want relevant
relevant,
leads, and then you put pictures that are going to be that will replicate your service offer.
correct,
or product.
correct.
If I sell donuts, I don't want a picture of pizza on my
Exactly
Google
right.
profile.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're a small business that deals with different business to businesses, for example, you might want to put pictures of your your client's businesses
Okay.
on there. You know, the front of the store, the signs, what have you.
Okay.
So anything that's relevant. The other thing that we do is we connect the social media platforms to the Google profile.
Okay.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Mhm.
And the reason we do that is because all of the calls to action that we generate on your Google profile are then syndicated to your social media.
Okay.
So you get the same type of call to action going out all the time. Plus, we take any reviews that you get, 4 and 5-star reviews, and we publish those as social media posts. Again, expanding your digital footprint in that fashion. The other things that we do is we start going after citations. That takes a while. It's an ongoing process. But citations, the directories that are out there.
You're not talking about the state patrol pulling up behind me, and
No,
you're not flagging me. So every time I drive down, the 101, I'm a target.
yeah, no, I'm
It's
not
not
talking
that
about
kind of
that. That's good
citation.
though. No, the Yelp is a directory. The Yellow Pages are a
Gotcha.
directory. All of these, there are hundreds of directories out there. And what most people don't understand, and this is a basic, but if your address is in Arizona, and one time you type AZ, and another time you write out Arizona,
Mhm.
and another time you just capitalize A, capital Z, those are 3 different ways that you're represented, and it's diluting the authority of your website.
Okay.
So we go through all of your citations to make sure they're all identical,
Got it.
and it elevates the authority of your
Got it.
website in addition.
Okay.
So these are just some of the things that
But you don't, sometimes people, fat finger their keyboard, and I type in something I didn't mean to, like capital A, lowercase
You're right,
z.
exactly.
So do I capture that
We will
type
fix
of?
that.
Okay.
We fix the fat fingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then, and so what's the ongoing side of the business? What
So
do I have to keep doing for you to help you do your job?
we ask people to keep getting reviews. All right.
Okay.
It's really important.
From clients.
From clients.
Okay.
Right. We actually give them a really easy way to gather 4 and 5-star reviews. We give them tap cards. They're branded for Review Engine, which is one of our companies. It makes it very easy for them to request and get instantly a 4 or 5-star review. We also screen.
What if I get a 2-star review? What do we do
If
with
somebody
that?
goes to give if you're using my technology and they go to give you a 2-star review, they're going to
Their
be
keyboard
diverted to
explodes?
an email to send you,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
They can still give the review. We can't gate it
Yeah,
because
you can't
Google would
stop that.
penalize it.
Right.
But we give them an opportunity to get back in touch with you, and it really does it stops most of the bad reviews.
Okay.
And the other thing you do if you get bad reviews, again, this is AI. We compare every review to all of Google's guidelines. And if we can find one word that's outside of Google's guidelines on a bad review, we'll flag it for removal.
Ah, interesting. Okay. All right. All right. So that you keep me going. So every time someone asks Google about a pizza restaurant or
Pizza
whatever,
restaurant, I need a plumber. We tend to focus on
Yeah.
customers that are primarily searchable, right?
Yes.
So if you have a flood damage, you don't remember the flood guy. You go and search for who can fix it.
Right.
The same thing, if you need a lawyer, you might know a lawyer because we're in the business community, but most most people aren't in our community, so they don't know who the lawyer is. They search for it.
Right.
Or the same thing for a plumber or electrician or anything like that. So those are the services that we have the most value for,
Okay.
right? It's specifically local businesses. If you're trying to have a nationwide footprint, it's a little harder with the Google profile. You should still have the Google profile. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it's a little harder to rank for all of the keywords.
For
So you're going to
everywhere.
have to spend the pay-per-click money, what have you.
Right.
But if you're a local business, regular guy, gal that's trying to make a living, you don't need to spend money on
Well,
advertising.
even a national business can act locally. I mean, they need to act locally. So
Right. We do have some of those. We have national franchises. So
Yeah.
like you talk about teaching, we have quite a number of tutor doctor
gotcha.
accounts where we manage their profiles. There's Zoom Room. It's a doggy bath daycare thing that's all over the country.
Gotcha.
Stuff like that we can help with. McDonald's, because they are a national brand, but they're also local.
Okay.
So we definitely can help those. But what I mean is like a company
Lay's
like a
potato
credit card
chip.
processing company, right?
Right.
It's really hard for them to rank
Right.
on Google.
Okay.
So they really need to spend different kinds of money.
Right. To stay present.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, how do people get a hold of you, Craig?
So the really easy way is to send an email to Craig@darlinglocal.com.
Okay.
Or if you really would like to chat with me, want some time on my calendar, darlinglocal.co has all my contact information,
All right.
including my cell phone. Yeah, and you can Google me. Yep. I'm actually the #1 search result.
For what?
For Craig Darling.
For Craig Darling. That would make sense. All right. Well, that wraps us up for today's show. Remember to like the episode you just watched, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to whatkeepsyouawake.tv. And we look forward to seeing you guys on our next episode.